elementary school. And yeah, as far as I know, Portuguese are very ahead of everything when it comes to technology. You use a lot of technology in schools and
Yeah.
education. So I'm very much looking forward for your presentation. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Delaila, you already know. I'm from Universidade Aberta, Open University. And my presentation is some studies I did in my school. Yeah. The first part is a study I made in my master's. There was a problem in my school, and I went to see what the solution. Everything you will see. The second part is a little study I did because I want to make my PhD and I want to continue my study, the masters. But there was a problem with Portugal, and I must suspended my study and jump to another study. So first, we're going to make a little trip to see where is Portugal. It's in the corner. A little country. We have Spain here, you can see it, and the ocean, Atlantic Ocean. So now I must see here. Portugal is formed by the mainland, I think, island, and the island part. Together, they constitute 3 territories: continental and Madeira e Açores. Do you know? It's very nice. So, but my school is here in Lisbon, and Portugal is organized in 20 districts. This 1, 2, 3, and my school is here in Lisbon. Well, let's look closely at Lisbon. Here is of 16 counties, and my county is Sintra, and the school is here, Queluz. Okay, now you have. So this is photos of my school and some information. Yeah. In Portugal, the schools are organized in groups. Or I can explain it. Grouping. No, it's grouping. We have the kindergarten, elementary school, senior school, junior school, and the secondary high school. Sorry. So my school is elementary school. In this grouping, we have 8 elementary schools, and mine is one with 5,500. I have disappointment here because I'm a little nervous. So, oh, sorry. The population here, 540 students. We have 22 classes, and this is our schedules every day. 9 at 9, at 70, 50. So, what's next? Oh. First, I have the problem, and I want to know if are the didactic materials used in this teaching mathematics. First you think this is not about digital. Yes, but when I study this, I find something interesting. When we made the study, you already know we have objective. This is the 3 objectives in my study. Yeah, not for here, but you must know. To understand how teachers integrate didactic materials in the planning of their mathematics lessons, analyze which are the materials used by teachers in their mathematics lessons, to check how the materials are used by teachers in their mathematics lessons. I have to made a justification why it's important, because this is our documents, very important for teachers, the curriculum, the Portuguese curriculum, mathematic reports. They say it's important use mathematics in the lessons of mathematics. And at the time there was no study. Poucos. Como é que se diz poucos? A few studies. Yeah. So, next I have to search a theoretical basis to support my study, and I split it in the 70 topics. First, I search how the teacher view the mathematics, how they look, because this is important when they teach mathematics. That vai influences their lessons. Next, I search the concept. What is didactic material? This was very difficult because I found very concept, but with the definition is always the same, but the name is different. And I find this is important. At the time, I didn't know virtual manipulative. So in that topic, I give some examples, what is, and explain what is each material. Here I say why is important to use materials. Here I check all the documents who indicates the use of materials. And here, next, how the teacher use the materials in this classroom. And finally, textbook, and I find book. So, here's the question who show me a confusion of the concept. I look at by what is didactic material, and I read in all the books manipulative. So what is a manipulative? And I show this, and I find this example. Geoplan graphics Val ask if they are manipulatives. If manipulative is movement, so are they manipulatives? What do you think?
Are they what, digital?
No, manipulatives only.
You're referring to graphics or Geoplan?
Sim.
If they are manipulative,
Yes.
Geoplan is.
And?
Graphics?
No, yeah. So, graphics and drawers, they are not, because they are static. But we can make it dynamic. with the progress of the technological progress computers. With the computer, you can move a graphic and move a draw. So a new concept was born, virtual manipulatives. I have another example. There's still visual static representation, and we have visual dynamic representation. They're all virtual manipulatives, because with the computer you can rotate, yeah, rotate, and you can make it manipulative. So she compares calculators and computers. And she used the definition by Schultz. It says there are active manipulatives, passive manipulatives, and no manipulatives. In active manipulatives, the students can manipulate and learn with them. In passive manipulative, teacher shows, and the teacher and the students watch only. And the no manipulatives, you only see them in the books, in the worksheet. Okay. So if you think about calculators and computers, they can be used in the three forms. So they are didactic materials and virtual and didactic materials. Yeah. This is a little complex, and to explain in English is more. So here I have two definitions of didactic materials. And my conclusion is computer, calculates, interactive games, digital books, manipulatives, and virtual manipulatives are didactical materials. So we can make categories, but they are didactic materials we can use in our classrooms. Well, in my study, I need to I use a methodical approach. Exploring, there was, because first I need to know what material was in the school, and I need to I made a list, and that was very difficult because the material was always dispersed in the school, and no one knows what material was in the school. So next I made a explore interview, a pre-questionnaire, and finally I made a questionnaire and distribute to 53 teachers. This is the structure of my questionnaire. The first part characterized the population, and the second part have these topics. Is the same topics I talk in the theoretical basis. So this is some I have very results with this questionnaire, but this is one. For here, the important was calculator and computer. So calculator is never or rarely used, but the computer is sometimes used and often always. This is another example. They are in Portuguese. It says geoplan, tangram, geometric solids, dominoes. You see the scales. What more? Contents holding. Do you know what is? Não. Tape and não sei se isto é protect. Protect. É o transferidor.
I don't know.
It's
Something you use to measure angles.
angles.
What's it called?
No, it's not compass. It's a rule. Transport. It's a rule like this.
Measure angles.
Angles. No? Yeah. So, this is what the two conclusions I have in this graphic. They use the computer. They don't use a calculator in the classroom. Why? Because I didn't find calculators in the classroom. The computer, there are 26 computers in the classroom, and we have a media room. So. Well, that at the time we have a few computers in the school and they use it. But when the technical logical plan comes, we have a lot of computers in the school. Was an evolution. To know what is a technical logical plan is a strategy to promote the development of the countries and base it in three concepts: innovation, technology, and knowledge. So it's an agenda for changing for this Portuguese society that seeks to mobilize business, family, and institution. So in this technological plan, we have a part to education. And they want to modernize the schools. How they modernize the schools? There was three things they did. There are more, but this was the most important. So the teacher, like Berta, they have their ICT competitions certified. They go to courses and they made a refreshment or new learnings. All the teachers, was invited. The classroom, all the schools have internet, free. And we have this, escolas, portanto, the schools receive computers, and the teachers too, because they want this to a ratio of 2 students per computer with internet connection. So, what happens in elementary school? We had, with this technological plan for education in the elementary school, the program was called Escolinha, a small school. And they, to provide a laptop with learning research to studying of primary school. So this is the laptop they receive, and this is, how they call it, a project, and a whiteboard. Yeah, smart. Interativo. Aquilo é interativo. Okay. So, this laptop, all the children have one. They give it free for once 20 euros, and another 50. There was 3 scales, yeah. and everyone have this laptop in the elementary schools. Another thing was this video projector and the interactive whiteboards. Magalhães. Do you know why? No, it's something specific about our story. But yes, was a Portuguese navigator who would make the first circumnavigation. Yeah, and this is a special computer because it's yeah, the crash. It's prepared to crash, but don't crash. The software can control it. So the parent have what is important for their children, and they make the password, and they can get into the software and the internet.
Yes, and this laptop was developed by a Portuguese company.
Yes, yes. Yeah, Venus, many countries. Now this is stopped because our problems in Portugal, the crisis. My students now don't have. The others have Magalhães, but now they don't have. The school have 50 Magalhães. We can go get it, take it to the classroom, work with it, and we can go to the library and work with our students. But now there are no more. I know there's new versions, MG5. The screen is a touch and wrote. And I know their content fabricate in Portugal and go to Venezuela and to London. The police of London use these computers in this car. It's a good computer. So, this whole to explain a little observation I made, because I was interested to see what happens when the child have the computer, what they do, how works is relationships, the communication. Yeah? So there are no school. They are in the ATL. Cristina, ATL, como é que se diz? Complementary. Yeah, after school. No. I went there, and in the 3 days, I watched the student with Magalhães. The observation was 20 minutes. So this is the space. Here is the school. Here is the space where they have complementary activities. This is the students who don't have a laptop, and this is a group. They are not all represented. There was 12 children, 4 groups with 3 children. One have laptop, and they are standing one inside the other. So I was there and made some observations and collect some data. So what I see, the group was only composed by boys. The ages was in 6 and 9 years. They are mixed. There was the student of the 1st grade and the 2nd grade. They played 2 games. Was available in the laptop, Pokemon and. There was the owner of the laptop and the other colleagues. When the owner was playing, the others was watching, and they help me. My tongue. And they help it when they don't know what to do. They help it. Do it that. Do it no. Do it that. So and then was one thing curious. When the student, the owner, or want to go to toilet, he put the laptop, go, and the others stay there. They don't touch. They don't play. No, they wait. They respect the colleague. So I have some conclusions. The groups were composed only by boys. The groups there are exchanging experience and learning. They respect the time, the colleague, and keep the laptop, and all playing the same game. Now I want you to think with me. This is what my thoughts, my conclusions, and I need your help to reflect in group about this. We'll promote do you think the laptop, the Magalhães, will promote the formation of group of one sex? Does the laptop Magalhães enable great complicity between the children? Does the because some excuse the teachers are. Now they are thieves. They may. I see there's not a problem. I think there's respect, and the integration of laptop promotes uniformity of behaviors. They are all playing the same game. To belong to a group, the student is taken to mimic the version of colleagues. If you want to go play that with that group, if have to play that game and not another. Magalhães have another games, and they all together playing the same game. So, what do you think?
I think for the first question, I think that yes, it promotes the formation of groups of one sex because of the children's age. Because at their age, they tend to be boys with boys and girls with girls.
But Christina, in football, there are girls too. They like it, play football. And they mixed it. And another jumping rope are two, boys and girls. But with the Magalhães, no. No, I didn't see it.
Because the games are more specific. Boys like one kind of games, girls like another. And boys are more attracted to computer games more than girls, perhaps, at that age.
I think boys and girls have interest in computer games. Depends on the game. Because I have nine nephews. 5 of those are boys and 4 are girls. And I saw that they joined together. The girls play computer, doing some dolls and face painting, and the boys play games, war games, or. But I don't think that the girls don't like. In your brief observation, girls like to play with computer. Maybe they are separated, but with my experience, my family experience, they are not mixed because of the nature of the games,
yes,
not because of the taste of playing with the computer. I think.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Maybe the sort of games the Magalhães had is more for boys.
Family is different. I think that this classroom, this observation was not.
No, it's not in the classroom.
Was in the playground. In the classroom, they have to do the told.
But is there still a gap between boys and girls using technology?
At this age, almost more. But not using technology, but how they use it. They use it differently at this age.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I think they have different interests. Like you mentioned, the girls play other video games than boys, and the girls are more in a communicative way, for example, with WhatsApp or on Facebook than the boys.
So there's no difference in the technology, just how they use it.
How to use it at which context.
Yeah. Because I have the impression that now the technology gets less and less technology focused, and meaning it's getting more and more tool, and not so much the technology itself is in the focus. And I remember my own childhood, you had to have a screwdriver and you had to open the computer and all that stuff. But nowadays, yeah, it was like this, But nowadays it's not a problem anymore because you have an app store and all that stuff.
Do you have some to tell? The second question.
We have more things to talk about. More or less. But these questions you're making here, you already studied the answers to those questions?
No, because I suspended the study. I started here, and the next I thought go to the classroom and watching the children with the Magalhães in the classroom. The idea was to see the relationship in the different cultures.
But again, I think it's not the tool, it's the way how you use the tool.
Yes.
I think the problem is not the tool, it's the way the contents and the way we use the tool. As far as I can see this problem, because I don't work with small children, so it's more difficult to say. But in secondary schools, the same boys and girls have the same way to use the computers. Yeah. I don't see differences. The question number 3 is concerns with the teachers.
Yes, or parents, two, both.
Well, I think that shouldn't be a problem because the program provided the computers to be used at school. So
Yes.
keep their own. Oh, it's mine.
But we have a problem. Some it's invariant, but some people take it the computer, the child, and sell it because they get it free and they need the money, and they get it the computer and sold it. There was a problem there. Or some parents get the computer for them because they are not in the program. They are not teacher, no students, and so they wanted the computer. There was a magazine in the house. It's mine, and the children no longer have a computer. That's a problem.
what does other people are thinking about technology, about computers? If they are provided by school, should they be provided by school? Should they be allowed to take them back home, or everybody should bring his or her own device?
You have to educate the population first.
Yeah. This computer, they.
To educate the population before giving them.
In Romania, we had this kind of program, but not for the schools, but for the people to take computers at home. This was no instrument for kind of nationwide vision of computers, but very low prices for those who could not afford a computer. Eventually, this ended in. It has no impact on the school. So I don't know if this kind of thing is better managed in other countries, but in Romania it's not a good management of this program.
I see it in Austrian schools that the government tries to save money. And more they are saying why we should invest a lot of money in computer labs and so on, if everybody has already a computer. So we can save money. Either the parents of the students have to buy it, or they have to bring it anyway, because people are saying, the ministry is saying, well, they have computers at home or notebooks, so, or tablets, whatever, they should bring it to school as well, which also consider problems.
And are they allowed to use it outside from the classroom? For example, the wireless open during break?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They can use their smartphone.
A colleague of mine has made a small-scale study in the north region of Portugal, and she finds something interesting about the impact of those projects, the Magalhães project. Some families with resources, they have with children in the elementary school, they have the laptop for free. And children took the laptop home, and it was a way of all the family, for the very first time, began to access information through this way, through internet, access to various kinds of information this way. So the impact in low resources families, it was very important one, because we saw that society may have influence in school, but also school may have influences in society, namely in the families. And the family, mothers and fathers, find this, it was very important for the family that their children has that the possibility of having the computer. Of course, after this moment, this first phase, these computers, it was in 2005, 2006, 2007. So nowadays, some of these computers are already not available to work with. But I think that it was an important step inside families to have access to technology this way. Not only inside the school, because not all, every to work with the computers, but this was a large scale, and as it has some failures and the problem is that the projects need it's a problem. Sometimes it's a problem because even inside schools, as you know, schools need funds to make their laptops and computers ready to work with. So this is a main problem.
I just would like to get a picture because everybody's staring at the computer.
Yes.
I just would like to get a whole group. Maybe everybody can just, sorry that I'm somehow interrupting you, just to wake up everybody. Maybe everybody can stand up for a moment. And everybody who thinks that the notebook should be given, or this device doesn't have to be tablet, whatever, should be given by the government and also be allowed, like you said, nice, that it also has some influence to the family at home, and should be given to the child back home as well, that the child can use it together with the family back home. All people who think so, maybe just sit down right now. Everybody who thinks that the device should be in the hands of the student and be allowed to. Okay.
I know what you want to do, but
And so?
It's so different because if you think about if their families can buy technology, if their families can't buy, so I would prefer say, yeah, the government should buy because everybody should, if you work in school with this, so everybody should have access to this. Yeah. Yeah, but on the other side, if I say, you think about the economic and other aspects, and it would be better to bring your own device. So what have I to do? So
I think at this time, that's not an issue anymore. Well, for us in Portugal, because everybody has a laptop, a notebook, or whatever.
Everybody?
Yeah, well, not one per person, but one in every family. There's one already. Yes. Yes, because of this program. This program provided laptops for almost every family.
Since
At this time,
yes, we're talking 10 years ago. The program, this program begins in 2005. So
at the time,
almost 10 years ago.
needed.
And
Sorry, the program, was it really for the whole society, even for families? I thought it was for school kids only.
No. Yes. This laptop was bought in such program, but in the high school. There were programs for elementary school, another program for high school.
They paid according to their
different programs, but all at the same time for small children.
But if you don't have kids?
No.
No, if you don't have kids, but if you're a student, you can apply. I bought this one for my daughter. Well, now she has a new one. I got the old one.
As for the students and teachers.
Yes, the main objective was to intervene in the school environment with teachers and with the students, and through the students to get to the families.
Can I ask for one more picture because it's highly discussed in Austria about Wi-Fi and technical equipment in the schools, because we talk right now that people should be able to bring the device, but then it normally, at least in Austria, the problem is the internet connection, Wi-Fi in school. Because we have here different countries. Is there any country who has some kind of program to promote Wi-Fi in school so that children in school can use their device with Wi-Fi? Because in Austria, that's very poor connection.
We have
You have everywhere Wi-Fi.
Yes.
In the schools.
in every school.
In every school, yeah.
It's open?
Yes, it's open.
So if I'm in Madeira,
No, it's not open. You need a code. In my, yeah, a pass.
Get the code and they can access
Get code.
inside the school,
Inside the
where
school.
inside the school.
And in the school computers, they have a nickname and a password to enter in the computer of the school. But they can take their own devices to the school and use a password of the student. It's a personal password and a nickname, a personal nickname also.
And in other countries?
So they are tracked. So
Yes. Yes, yes, right. Yes. In the schools, the Ministry of Education blocked Facebook, YouTube,
But it's not.
Yes, social media.
social media during school periods.
But recently.
Recently, yeah, this year,
And it's curious because the government used Facebook to transmit some information to the schools.
the president,
They use Facebook to announce that they block it right now.
Yeah.
yes.
I guess it's too late as the Wi-Fi on the show.
We have some schools that have different Wi-Fi for teachers and students. Then teachers can have faster. And I don't know. I think that we don't lock anything. I suppose.
In Latvia, there's a new project. If school wants, he asks for one provider that comes and gets you free Wi-Fi, and there's no security, just free and all. We managed it in our school by right now from this spring, so it works. Now we have two different Wi-Fi networks. One, as colleagues said, that for teachers unsecured, and second one is free for everybody. In
At
all
the
school.
university as well?
University, no. It's just for school, and it's such kind of project too.
Other countries?
Yes, I guess we have Wi-Fi in almost all schools, and maybe in very small villages.
We don't have, so we have, in our village, the school has 18 schools. So they're not going to provide for such a small school anything.
But normally, like Mitra, you have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Apart from some project schools in Germany, which are quite progressive, we mostly don't have free Wi-Fi. Doesn't matter for teachers or for students. And in some schools, it's even not allowed to bring your device. So the mobile phone or everything else has to stay in your bag, or and even teachers are not allowed to bring their devices. And I know from the school where I worked for several weeks, it was there was a censorship from the school, so the students were not allowed to use Facebook, use Twitter, use several other social websites at school. But I don't know whether this is in all schools or just.
In Romania, this connection to the internet is considered a problem for the students because the students bring their devices in school, and instead of paying attention to the classes, they constantly play and chat on social networks. So it's for sure not a thing that is encouraged to have Wi-Fi and everybody to bring their devices. Instead, it's considered a problem, and the teachers usually ask the children to remove their devices and not use them during classes.
It's a controversial point, no?
Yeah, and it's so interesting because
Yes.
our children are the same. And why does it work in Latvia or in Estonia and it doesn't work in Germany and Austria or in Romania?
And what do you think? Should the Wi-Fi be open or get access to every website or not? Because I think you can block Facebook, but then I will use so it doesn't matter. And I think I haven't thought a lot about this, so I don't have a fixed opinion. But I tend to be for an open Wi-Fi.
Also,
With real access.
it doesn't matter if Wi-Fi isn't open because we have mobile connection and in this smartphones everybody has. So they can access YouTube or where they want.
Yes, in Estonia, not in Portugal, because everybody has mobile connection. So we have to pay for it.
We have to pay it, but it's like 450 with all calls and SMS and.
No, but for us it's expensive. But we have internet connection. Many places, public buildings, McDonald's.
Yeah, well, it does matter, for example, in Germany, because if you offer an open Wi-Fi, you can be, you're in charge when something wrong happens during that connection. That's quite a problem, not only for schools, but for everybody who likes to share something. This comes on top.
Yeah, I think the problem is not in device or connection or Wi-Fi, but the colleague said on playing the telephone or smartphone, when you are in lessons and see that anybody that doesn't do some kind of exercises, but it's playing or chatting. That's the problem, I think.
But it's his or her problem.
Yeah, but if it's low class, if you're coming in the classroom and you are able to work, but nobody listens to you at all from 20 students, that's my problem, I think. And we are learning to learn. First steps are first lessons. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 lessons. We are learning to learn again. To show this mobile device. So it's not one student, it's the whole problem of all class. It's the modern thing. It wasn't 4 years ago.
Yeah, in my opinion, you should just limit the connectivity features. I'm the person who blocks all the websites. I block Facebook. I block Google now. I block everything. And they don't need it in school. They are in school to learn. They don't need Facebook. They don't need Twitter. They don't have to tweet, oh, I just learned a new math equation or something. And they don't need it. They need the websites that are full of information. So I think we should limit it. But we shouldn't just close it for students, because in my school where I work at, we don't have a Wi-Fi network for children. We only have Wi-Fi network for teachers.
But the smartphone and tablet is the tools of the new students now. Cut the Wi-Fi and internet is cut the opportunity.
Well, they can use the internet, but we should limit how much information can they get from the internet.
Work with smartphones and tablets in the classroom. It's the same tools. That's the tools they use.
I think you can see.
Yes. Maybe I'm going to my seat. It's better.
The students are allowed to use it. I can, for example, say there is Norton security, so it has one. You can choose it as a paragraph. You can choose what size to go on and to drop. So you just
Well, it's not a technical problem that we all know. But the question should be, make it sense or not?
Well, I think it's
Virtualmente.
I don't know for younger children, but for teenagers, the market is maybe you can limit the connection because on the internet they will enter where they will enter, but you can limit their way of evading you from that. So they can do about anything else if they want. And my guess is that if you don't limit them, they will not use it.
before 10 years.
Yeah, it was open all the time. And when I started working at the school,
For how long was that the problem?
it was a problem all the time. I know.
1 year, 2 years, 3 years?
It was before I came to work there. I don't know how long the school was. And it was a problem all the time, and I came and I solved the problem and just blocked it. It was open and it caused problems. So, yeah.
Anna wants to say something.
Yeah, but absolutely along with you, the forbidden things are the most wanted ones, and I think there is no advantage if you just block these websites. I think the students have to learn, and they have to learn how to critically use the sites they have in order to gain information or being able to cope with the information they get when they're at home. Because just if you have a limited source of information at school and they know how to use it and they go home and they don't have the instruments they need in order to work with the information they get on Facebook, on Twitter or something if they are not used to work with it.
Yes.
So work on it, not blocking it.
Exactly. I thought that's what I want to say. They need to be taught how to use Facebook, for instance.
And even it's a little hard to get this border, like what is good and what is wrong. If you take some filtering of sites, sometimes it's bad thing, but you cannot manage some learning skills because you have blocked this site. So.
Well, the school becomes a fair environment for the child because at school you're not allowed to go on Facebook and Twitter, and once you leave the school, it's like you're invading. You go home and you're free. So the school becomes.
It's crazy.
They spend the whole day on Facebook.
They sleep with the smartphone. They wake up with the smartphone. They use the smartphone in school. So it no sense. No sense. Why the teacher put the students in the classroom to use the smartphone and tablet to learn instead the student use the smartphone, game or chat use to learn in school.
Yeah, I think the best way to educate children is if we can reflect. That's what Anna said. YouTube, if you can learn how to handle it, and so we have to use it, and we should have access, in my opinion. And I don't know what you have on your smartphone, but I have mobile access in my garage. In my contract. So it wouldn't interest me so much if the school would block in the Wi-Fi some sites, so I would turn it off and use Facebook via my mobile access.
That's what they're doing in our school. They also have contracts, and they can use it during the breaks, but they can't use it during the lessons. It's not that.
Some companies actually use Facebook to do some things related to their jobs, their contract. So it's totally artificial to say, okay, Facebook is just for breaks. But we can use Facebook natively and usefully.
Oh yeah, you have to teach them to filter the information, but it takes too much time. They just don't care. You keep telling them not to use it, and then they just keep sitting on Facebook.
I can agree with colleagues that we can wisely use Facebook and Twitter during the lessons because I have done that and it works perfectly well. At least in students knowing that some of these things can actually work during the lessons. And probably most of the people who are responsible for blocking all this stuff in school, I don't know, Wi-Fi system or whatever. But 1,000 students are going to outsmart you. So they are going to unblock whatever you have blocked, and it's just a week time to everyone knows how to do that, and there's no point of doing that. So probably yes, as Anna said, we need to teach them how to learn these stuff, how to find the way how to use them properly. To divide the time. This is my learning time. This is time I have fun. This is time I have fun during the learning. So then I can figure out what to do. That like blocking couldn't be the only solution.
Let's try to theory. Teach them. That sounds good. I like the sound of it. Maybe 2 students, 3 students will do it correctly, but 20 students won't just. It sounds good. I like how it sounds. I really enjoy the sound. You say, oh yeah, they will filter everything. We will teach them. It will work.
Again, in my experience, 13 students out of 16 can manage that
Well, you
very
don't
well.
teach informatics. You teach English, and you have a special lesson where now we sit and do this and this. But I teach informatics, and they work with computers every day. And the first thing they do, they go on computer. Oh, Facebook is blocked. Oh, but Twitter is also blocked. Oh. That's not the point of the lesson. You have to do Excel, you have to do Word, you have to do PowerPoint. And that's what they do. They don't even need the internet for that lesson. They just do it. So.
But why do they have to learn it when you want to teach them that?
What was the question?
Why do they have to learn it when you want to teach them that? Why they can't learn it somewhere else?
Well, because as a teacher, you also have constraints. You have to teach them some.
I guess
It's
it's
a
some
question of the
today
role.
for tomorrow Excel, so no outcome. That's it.
Yes, you can, just especially, just want to stress your orientation to the Paris Declaration that was made on the 28th of May this year on media and information literacy. So you can find in this document some of the things that we are talking here. And they want to say that the access to information and to the use of information, namely through internet, is like one's right. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that if you want to have students that are responsible for their own learning process, you need to open them every possibility. And for me, censorship is neither necessary nor in any way useful for democratic and responsible education for students.
I totally agree.
Yeah, and I totally agree, but I understand what Edgar is saying, because the practical field, sometimes it's so.
I understand that, yes, because I'm computer teacher too as well. I know what you're saying. I work with and I've seen the difference if half of whole world is blocked and if not. So yeah, I should agree with Edgar's, but I like colleagues said that we should work on mind of all peoples around what's going on here, and the new problem, yeah, I don't know how it's your experience, but I had in my school such generation who do not want anything for now. It's I think it's the new generation. They do not want anything, yeah, and it's public mind.
We can teach it normal during the years and years ago, and I can take 1 hour to explain teaching 2 plus 2 is 4, and the students like 2 plus 2 like 4. But I give them the tools. They use every day the internet, the Facebook, the smartphones, and say to them, search and in the groups or whatever, search and give me the answer. Is the skills the new generation? We cannot more teaching during the centuries ago. We need think to future.
Just want to call in mind that I think, well, we all think that we all know that students are all different. And I do not think that it's just black and white. It's not censorship or no censorship. I think it's about rights and privileges, and the internet is so big, students won't learn it in one day, how to use it, how to use the techniques to use it. So I think there needs to be some kind of steps, as with everything we teach, also for the internet. And I think, as you said, some censorship can make sense in cases like you.
Maybe for younger children, you can block it more, and when they get older, you
I think that's what learning to learn is about.
and they understand what they're doing. Yeah. I also unblocked Facebook for 11th grade, 12th grade, because they came up and they were not sitting. But I teach the 5th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade. It's hard for them to limit themselves.
And the schools then change because the students don't need to go to school because they everything find in the internet. The school have changed and they then the tools and learn the new way, the modern new way. Because they hate the school, don't go to school more.
Yeah, I guess with these words we can. Everybody wants to say anything about this discussion? Yeah, I would like to thank everybody for this discussion, especially I would like to thank for I guess there is some reflection that we have to do.
Yes, or answer.
Yeah, please don't forget to answer the questions.
Are
those already yours?
Yeah.
Already yours.
What?
Answers?
No, the questions.
Yes.
That's the
Especially
new
what we
link.
have, but some, but, oh, no, not that link, no.
She
She sent by email.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you should have an email with the actual link to the question there.
Thank you all. You are a great public.
So I'm the next one. Yes.
We are very eager to listen.
Let me have a break. After you finish your questionnaire, there is a short break.
Bela,
15 minutes.
depois neste.